Welcome to yesterday's NBA news from the 6th of August 2024. We finally got the Lauri Markannen news, and obviously the Olympic quarterfinals for the men's side were happening, and we'll talk about all of that here today, right now, as Lauri Markannen will sign a $200 million plus, and I mean plus, obviously it will be probably in the 225 range or something like that. Extension with the Utah Jazz, whether that is today or later this week. It is still not officially signed, but it will be either today, aka on Wednesday, or later this week. And he will remain in Utah, which from the reporting, from what the Warriors have offered, from what we've seen, unfortunately made the most sense. Utah also plans to still, shop Colin Sexton, Walker Kessler, Jordan Clarkson, and John Collins. The question is, does that mean they want to pair, Lauri Markannen with a Cooper Flag or one of those prospects that will be coming in this season in the draft, where I think there are a lot of intriguing prospects and probably better prospects than we have had in this season. But that will be, of course, determined with what Utah does, well, in these upcoming months from now before the season starts. And Warriors obviously miss out. From me, as a Warriors fan, I have to talk about it from the Warriors perspective, but even as an NBA fan, what the Warriors did is just, they view Brandon Podziemski as guard of the future. That's what the reporting has been. And, while I love Podziemski, this is just putting so much unnecessary pressure on a second-tier guard. He will get a lot of unnecessary hate from a lot of fans, and we'll see what happens with Steph, man. Like, Steph talked about them needing to put on the pressure. Steph talked about, needing to be in a place where they can compete. And that just doesn't seem very likely right now. Unless truly Podziemski and Kuminga are just all of a sudden generational players. Or generational, all-stars, right? All-star type players. If they are, then I guess it will work. But I don't think anybody is expecting those things to happen. While of course you expect Kuminga to take a leap and you expect Podziemski to be better. Once again, it still feels, how can I say it? It just feels wrong to count on that. And Markanen was the perfect fit, and the biggest offer the Warriors had was Moses Moody and multiple first round picks, swaps, and second round picks. Like, are we serious here, right? So it's just a little depressing, and the front office just has to be better, unfortunately, and they probably won't be. So there's that. Then we had some reports about Brandon Ingram and him seeking $45 to $50 million per year in a contract extension, which, what the fuck? I guess if somebody is willing to give that to him, I don't think anybody will. But we'll see, of course. And there is a speculation that, Brandon Ingram to Utah could be the move because they have the money to give him an extension. I still don't think Utah would give him $45 to $50 million per year, but at least they could give him a bigger extension than anybody else, maybe. And it would send Walker Kessler to New Orleans, which Pelicans obviously in need of a center, with Valanciunas leaving, Kessler still young, fits the type of center they need. Hey, that would make a lot of sense, actually. So we'll see if that actually happens. You never know, but I like this. It's been out there a little bit for over a year maybe now, right? It's been out there, and I think this could really happen. And then the last report is that Warriors are not interested in Zach LaVine and Brandon Ingram, so they are not interested in players that can actually create their shot, score, and be a shot creator, I guess, for whatever reason. Just let 37-year-old Steph be the sole shot creator on this team. Man, this season will be very interesting, but I'm actually kind of excited. It will be pretty much without any expectations. So if Kuminga pops off, if Podziemski pops off, if both of them pop off, it will be just more fun, right? So I'm kinda excited about it, and I kinda like it. While I understand the frustrations, and I'm frustrated in and of itself, I am frustrated also in some shape and form. I'm still also excited. So And it might be the most excited I've been for a season since the 2022 season. Which makes sense because, of course, the Jordan Poole stuff, and just shit's been tough the last 2 years. Wow, what a poor guy. He had to not have a good 2 years. Yeah, I know, but that's just sports, right? And that's just basic emotions at the end of the day. I'm not like I've been depressed about it, because I didn't take for granted that how incredible the Warriors were when I, became a fan, and I'll be a fan when there is, even if there is nothing hopeful in the future, I'll be a fan. And that's just how we roll, right? That's just how I grew attached to essentially all Bay Area teams. Or not all, obviously, but San Francisco teams in a way. Because, I don't know, man, there was just a connection, even though through parasocial, shit, and some of it was, of course, to start off in a way like, you obviously attach yourself to the better teams early on in your life, or very likely you are to be attached to better teams. And I told this story before, I think, but I became a fan because I thought LeBron was like this best player ever. Which, I mean, he might be, but the thing is, I thought he was winning everything and every time, right? So I was like, man, it's crazy that this guy that is smaller, plays the game a lot different, is all of a sudden being able to beat LeBron, right? That's how I knew it before I entered the NBA world, so whatever. Let's get into the quarterfinals of the Olympic Games. Germany beat Greece 76-63. Hey, the Greece started really well. They... I thought defended the paint incredibly well. They did not allow Germany to get into a rhythm, and Germans were very stagnant early on, but turnovers started happening. Germany got into a rhythm. Franz Wagner and Dennis Schroeder did their thing, and offensively, Greece just didn't have enough to put on the pressure. They, without Giannis, their offense continued to just be awful, and Germany, at the end of the day, is really good on both sides, and it was a matter of time before they got going offensively. And they just cruise through some ice, where they will face, of course, one of France, Canada, or, I mean, we already can see it on the screen, so France, obviously, but we'll talk about that game after. Serbia against Australia. Serbia beat Australia 95-90. FIBA Perry Mills, salute, he is planning to retire from international competition. Salute to FIBA Perry. Incredible game-tying shot, incredible shot-making throughout the first half, and just what a game from him. But in the second half, he obviously fizzled out as Serbians really adjusted. They became better at double-teaming, take him in out of rhythm. And early on, there was abuse of Jokić and the drop coverage that they had there, and floaters and everything. So they were switching Jokić more after that. And they were down by as much as like 25. Better switching. They finally were able to knock down some three-point shots, got to the, got some turnovers, forced some turnovers, played aggressively defensively, and Jokić took over in overtime, and it did not matter. And he probably the best down the stretch defense I've seen from Jokić ever. He defended incredibly well, even on the Perry Mills game-tying shot. I thought he played some amazing defense there. And, salute to Jokić. He'll be fighting for a medal, which is awesome. And obviously they will be playing the Team USA. While France beat Canada 82-73. Rudy Gobert got benched, which was the best thing they could do, as Wemby was able to play at his best position, and everybody else stepped up right. Cournier, Yabusele, god damn, I forgot his name, because it was not like the casual name, but the center that played and got to the foul line a lot, he played aggressively, and the France team overall just played really aggressively, were able to knock down more three-pointers. Evan Fournier obviously closed this deal, and Canada started off shook. They were fouling a lot, they couldn't get into a rhythm early, and they were left to chase France, down throughout the whole game, and they just didn't have enough energy. Unlike Serbia, who did chase down Australia, Canada just did not have enough. And Dylan Brooks was awful. I thought Lou Dort was kinda, invisible. RJ Barrett didn't have a good game after having a great tournament. Obviously, Shea, I thought, did his thing and played appropriately aggressive, while you could argue that he should have been aggressive from the jump. More, it would be working. And Jamal Murray has just had a really tough last 3 months. Hope he's doing all right, because after the Lakers series, everything just went downhill for him. And hope he's doing all right mentally, man, because it's just been tough, and he just had a horrible Olympic tournament, unfortunately. And of course, lastly, USA defeated Brazil 122-87. Kevin Durant is the leading Olympic USA scorer of all time, man and women's side. Booker continues to impress. The starting lineup looked incredible with, of course, Steph, Book, LeBron, Tatum, and Embiid. Embiid was incredible. LeBron had an eye situation. Hopefully he'll be fine. And Brazil, salute to them. They fought really well still. Bruno Caboclo, shout out to him. But, I mean, it was just a mismatch. Obviously, Brazil does not have the length and size of South Sudan and the three-point shooting neither. That's what you need to beat Team USA. That's why the South Sudan was the closest in a way. We'll see if Jokic can muster up some magic, but I mean, I don't think USA is just being beaten or being challenged in this tournament. Actually, I just don't. I don't see it with the way other teams have played and with the way the US team have played. We'll see. Maybe Germany, obviously, if they are on a heater. Germany has the potential if they are on a heater, but I don't think they still match up like incredibly well with the US team, but I mean, who does? So we'll see. And of course, today we have the women's Olympic quarterfinals. First, it's Serbia versus Australia, where I'm not sure who the hell am I picking here. I think I'm leaning Serbia. I just have that gut feeling. Then Spain versus Belgium, which is gonna be a fun matchup. I'm hopefully gonna be able to watch that, even though I have I just have something with my dad, so I'm not sure how much I'll be able to watch, but I'll try. Then Germany against France should be a fun one, and Nigeria against USA, the last one, which we'll see if that is any fun. At least the first half I'll be watching for, of course, how Nigeria responds, how they will deal with the Team USA, and obviously I love watching Team USA, but we'll see how much of fight Nigeria puts up. And that's it for today. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for, being here with me, listening to me ramble about NBA and basketball in general. And as always, be kind to yourself and to others, and I'll catch you all whenever, wherever. Love. Just love and be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself.